The outside world can be a very stressful place at times. It can be nice to play a game that's good for your mental health, something that you could play and not worry about other players stressing you out. Are you looking for games that can help you relax in 2022? Well, we've got you covered. I'm Quest, and True Venom Gaming presents 5 games that are great for meditation. Number 5. Abzu. Abzu is an adventure game that places you in the flippers of a scuba diver as you explore an incredible underwater world and all it has to offer. Between the beautiful music, the lively sea creatures, and gorgeous environments, it's without a doubt one of the most peaceful games you'll find. That being said, you won't have to worry about combat or any underwater enemies trying to attack you, as the game is entirely focused on exploration and soaking in the environment. You can do flips above the surface, grab onto a fish that will take you for a ride, and even solve puzzles. All in all, Abzu is an extraordinary game that will give you everything you need to wind down, relax, and practice some mindfulness. You can play this breathtaking game on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. Number 4. Ghost of Tsushima. Okay, now I know what you might be thinking. Quest, Ghost of Tsushima is a pretty violent game in nature with battles that are anything but meditative. However, everything outside of the fighting is pretty spectacular. For starters, taking a peaceful ride on your horse through some of the environments in the game are beautiful in its own right. There are several gameplay elements that directly incorporate meditation as well. For example, you can find over 20 locations where you can simply observe the nature around you and write a haiku. You can also visit several different hot springs where you will reflect on your journey, all while peaceful Japanese meditative music plays in the background. Now, like I mentioned before, much of the core game contains a lot of violent combat. However, the messages and people you find during many side quests leave you with comforting lessons that you won't soon forget. That is, unless you find the violence to be meditative, then who am I to judge? Ghost of Tsushima is currently on PS4, PS5, and a possible PC version coming soon. Number 3. Life is Strange: True Colors. Any entry in the Life is Strange series could fit into this list, but the most recent True Colors is one of the best. You play as Alex, a young woman with the power of empathy which allows her to sense the emotions of people around her. She'll use her powers to identify characters that are dealing with some form of stress or trauma before finding a way to confront them. It's a very wholesome game to play through, and even when you're not doing any emotional healing, the relationships you build throughout the game are truly heartwarming. As much as we here at True Venom Gaming love a first-person shooter or even an action game, Life is Strange: True Colors is a relaxing and therapeutic story that you'll really come to appreciate if you decide to give it a try. You can start to catch real feelings with this game on Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and PC. Number 2. Journey. Journey is pretty similar to Abzu in a way. However, instead of taking place underwater, you'll be exploring a breathtaking desert landscape. You play as an unknown traveler whose ultimate destination will be to reach the top of a mountain overlooking the game's overall map. As you make your way throughout the game, you will notice that the environment around you is absolutely awe-inspiring to look at. The game might be reaching 10 years old at this point, however, it is still one of the most beautiful experiences you can find in gaming today. The soundtrack is a big part of that experience too, as the music complements beautifully with everything that's going on screen. Journey has much to offer that you'll never get tired of moving from one area to the next. It is an incredible, relaxing, and heartfelt experience that you can play right now on PlayStation, PC, and iOS devices. Number 1. Animal Crossing: New Horizons. When it comes to a relaxing game, Animal Crossing: New Horizons takes the cake. The game is fairly simple. You create a character, choose an island, and slowly work on building your island up until it becomes a fully livable town populated with villagers. There is so much to do, from planting flowers, fishing, chopping down trees, and catching bugs, just to name a few. Animal Crossing is highly enjoyable with very little stress at all, whereas getting stung by a bee is the closest thing you'll come to actual conflict. It's clear that Nintendo had a goal of making a game as enjoyable as possible. Seriously, there are very few things more relaxing than hopping onto your island and spending hours and hours just working on it. Animal Crossing: New Horizons is exclusive to Nintendo Switch, and we can't recommend it highly enough. Well, there you have it. What do you think of our list? Is there a more relaxing game out there that you know of that we missed? If so, tell us in the comments below, and it might be in our next video. In the meantime, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Until then, we'll catch you next time. Peace.